use up the track. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. That corner is harder than the other one. I'm at 2 seconds ahead. I almost got 2 point something. This is how you drive. Yeah, I'm getting it. At 3.4 seconds ahead of my best lap. Alright. What is that? There's still a 132? Are you fucking serious? It sucks. Come on. Where are these guys getting all this fucking speed? My engine's about to overheat. My tires aren't even warm. I don't know how these guys get in there. They must be doing like 100 lappers or something. I'm gonna exit. Man. I thought I was 2 seconds ahead of my best lap. Maybe it's wrong. So I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna go drive and see if someone's gonna fuck with me on the road. Because they want a dirty fucking pig shit. Talking fucking others talking about people all fucked up while they mix up people's identities so that they can launder through dirty fucking cops. And throw keys and badges around so they can have people raped and fucking murdered in that paradigm. I thought I was 2 seconds ahead of my best lap. But then it didn't seem right. I could have swore I was 2 seconds ahead of my best lap. I'm gonna turn this fan on just because they got me trapped here like a fucking hostage. And then they blame people's words. They have a whole corrupt ship and then they act paranoid. Then they're paranoid. Then they act paranoid to take the fucking cake. I could have swore that I was 2 seconds ahead of my best lap, and then it was like, no, it's still a 132. That didn't seem right.
I have a feeling someone's fucked with. I could have swore I was 2 seconds ahead of my best lap. I keep doing this. They have a dirty pig ship of mix-up of identities, and they just, if you have money, you can pay to hurt people, even if you don't. If you're a fucking female, if you're a fucking private serving webcam whore, then you can just get your boys to fucking hurt people. Otherwise, you just have to go through like dirty cops. That's how they do things. So they throw sexism in there. If you just have money and you're male, you'll have to kind of deal with other things to hurt people. But if you're female, that hides behind a fucking private serving webcam through laundered fucking money, who's always got some fucking plans, then you can get your fucking boys after people for things that you don't question for yourself. You just are always taking fucking orders because you're crooked, fucking trash, mixing up people's fucking identities, conveniently mixing up people's identities, and making every fucking thing in the world a burden so that they can ruin small businesses and then get in bed with, big corporations. They got a whole fucking scam. A whole schematic of corruption. I could break it down even further. And they treat everyone like they're fucking diseased, and anything they can use against people is what they do. And then they act paranoid. Well, they call people fucked up, messed up, call people failures. They're psychopaths. And then if they say that you hurt them, it probably means you hurt their future. Look how clean it is in here. I can't open the windows. My shit don't wear out. This rug, all my stuff. It's like frozen in time. And then it's always been that way. Because I know myself. I keep misplacing things because I can't take care of a baby. I keep misplacing my wallet because I can't take care of a baby. Not even a big fat baby. I can't even take care of a big fat baby that could go without for a long time. I'm that much of a failure. I'm that much of a failure where I couldn't even take care of a big fat baby that could do without. That's how much of a failure I am. Big failure. Big problems. I got big problems. Oh, my foot's all cramped up. I don't like making noise, but I got bad vibes. And there's no... How did he wake you up? I was gonna go to sleep, but I sensed all these dudes beating their dicks off in the dark. and I get bad vibes. I was gonna try to get to sleep early, but I could sense all these dudes shaking their fucking bed, beating their dick off in the fucking dark. I can't sit still. It doesn't matter what I eat. It wouldn't matter. Spread lies about me so that they can control people's lives and get people to neglect me. They run a ship of fucking lies. So my dad probably says I'm grounded or something. They act like I'm on house arrest or something. They run a fucking scam. I think they used to say I didn't have my driver's license, and then they hand out special fucking treatment. I'm just gonna sit here for a minute. They probably say I'm fucking grounded when I'm not. They have a whole fucking ship of lies so they can beat their fucking dicks off when their little whores misobey. So, and then they wait for their mommies and daddies to tell them they can run through backyards to meet their boys in their fucking cars, their dirty pig friends, and whoever the fucking private serving webcam fucking whores, throw money at, because they're a fucking ship of corruption, and I hope they die in their fucking town. Basically, they think everyone's stupid. They think everyone's a fucking idiot. But they don't take responsibility for themselves when someone calls them out on their bullshit fucking lives. They don't take responsibility for themselves. They just throw money around so they can rub shit in poor people's fucking faces and lie through their fucking teeth so that they can get laundered money in a corrupt fucking shithole, so they can bring property values down, and so that nobody builds a fucking thing while everyone is hurting. And then they talk about people who are bitter, people's attitude. Of course, it's people's attitude, or just wanting people to be happy. If they were only happy, then they wouldn't be so fucking ugly. Like a fucking cult. Hope they die in your fucking town. God only knows what I've done. It's the same old story. And then people get like arrested and they're like yelling at the cops, "What did I do?" Because they don't know. It's like, it's about other things. Like, most of the time I respect them. Like, I have no trouble with cops. Like, wear a badge and stuff and have like a uniform. Like, those guys, they're called adults, I guess, or something. Because they do their job. Like, it's not the easiest thing to do. I don't put up a fight. And then, because I know these people are crooked, they do it because they don't like cops. And I've heard cops like whine, like, with whiny voices, like, "You just want to have fun." Like, they're like, they don't know, they're on a fence. I hate saying that, like, on a fence thing, but through my years, I've seen them, and usually they're younger than me, and they probably don't know it. It's like, like, Usually I look at them like, now I'm pretty sure that I'm older than you. And then they're like, some people just want to have fun. And then while they sit on a fucking fence with a pole up their ass, a stick up their ass. Get the stick out of your butt. No, it's deeper than that because they ruin people's futures. These dirty fucking pig families that act like they're cops. They're not cops. They hate the fucking cops. They rub shit in cops' faces. And the only way to do anything is to tell them they're a fucking scam. They're not trying to help. Then they have fucking teams so that they can act like they try to help. They have this fucking role playing through their communities where they all pick a different fucking scam. Die in your fucking town. And then they throw lies around so that nobody will get blamed, so that they can just pick who they fucking want on their ship. And then they spread their drama through the fucking internet. And you don't know what they've said you've done with them, or so they trap people in their fucking communities. They can create predators, so they can, you know, they're a fucking scam. They're called terrorists. They do it on purpose. Then they'll go as far to blame other people for their actions. Well, they shouldn't be watching fucking TV. Shouldn't be watching movies or being on the internet. And that's when I was growing up and stuff, and all this stuff was invented. The internet and TV got more and more laxed. The older people had this look in their face, like the dudes were just watching sports because they didn't want to be told. They had a feeling, and then these parents, they don't care. They know the older people could tell them, you're full of it. You shouldn't be watching fucking TV at all. You shouldn't be on the fucking internet. If other people's words are gonna dictate what you fucking do, you shouldn't be doing nothing but sitting in a rubber fucking room. But they won't. These people, they tempt and always got fucking plans for the fucking future that they entice people with, and have this boat of help. uh, Complete scam. And I just knew how you were gonna turn out. The fucking guarantees and I just knew how you'd be. I just fucking knew how you were gonna turn out. This game pissed me off because I could swear that it said I was in the green by 2.4 seconds, and then I still went like 132. It should have been like a 129. I just shut the fucking thing off. I'm not. They have a thing where everyone needs help. They'll tell you need fucking help, and then they'll fuck with your shit, antagonize you, spread fucking lies, speak for you, and then tell you need fucking help while they gang up on you, sell you out because they're not Americans. I don't know what the fuck country they should be on, but shouldn't be in this fucking country. And they ruin all the things that are for, lonely people, individuals. They don't want anyone. They want, and there have been bans and things, where I've seen them and they live in like a smaller town, and their whole community is like for them. They could say anything, and nobody would fucking care. They do. Most of the bands that make it because they know everyone in fucking town and stuff like that, um, who have some fucking, you know, hold hands, fucking, they get in bed with people with money, through computers and stuff, and then they all choreographing things like fucking weirdos, like real crazy fucking loons. And then people like, oh, they like fall in love, like, and these dudes, they could say anything. It wouldn't matter once they, whatever they think they do, they could say anything, and the community wouldn't even give a fuck. They wouldn't care. They do that. There's bands that are like, you know, like a few bands. I'm not gonna mention names, but they've made it because they have a bunch of friends. Like the whole high school was for them, and everyone in their towns were like, yeah, well, this is we've picked teams. You know what I mean? That's how psychopaths do things. These fucking weirdos with the minds of serial killers and rapists and murderers. They always got fucking plans. So, um, they could say whatever. They usually do, because they know they got fucking plans, and that's like their crutch for people to say, "Hey, we don't like you." The only reason you made it is because people helped you immensely and didn't. You could have said anything, and it wouldn't have mattered. They would have been like, "But look at the drummer. I just love the drummer." But then you get around like these weirdos. No, they ain't like that. Like, I kind of respect those people. Those people usually end up winning. Those type of people, like, and there've been bands where that's what the singer's like, you know, saying all kinds of fucked up shit, and then people are like, I just love the drummer. Oh, look at the bass player. I know his aunt and his uncle, and we go sometimes to Bob Evans and get extra mashed potatoes, and then those are good people. And then you have dirty fucking pigs, dirty fucking cop families, dirty fucking pig families. They're the worst people on the fucking earth. Terrorists. They're fucking terrorists. I don't know what else to call them. They're the real terrorists. And that was that. And then he said poo poo pee pee caca. And then we were like, oh, he's getting shitty. He's getting snotty. He's gotta go potty. Literal morons. That's what I've called them before. Literal morons. They're fucking psychopaths. They used to put them in the fucking mental institution. That was what people used to do to them. Like, they wouldn't take their shit. They would put them. They'd attack their families, and then throw them in a fucking mental ward. They're called literal morons. They're not good for anyone. They put out this bad vibe of mind control and say things like "you said it," and everything about them is like usually like some kind of reverse psychology, while they make things up as they go and create communities of lies where nobody knows what they've done, so that they can create predators for themselves and then cater themselves to dirty fucking cops in a fucking underground. They call it scam. And they shouldn't be watching TV or being on the internet. That's why I said I like scary movies a lot. I really enjoy watching scary movies. They're fun. I could talk through the whole movie. Tell you what I'm thinking every second. The whole fucking movie. This is a scary movie. What does that make me? Wonder what they'll call me. Kind of name, kind of stereotype I'll be pinned as for watching this scary movie. I don't know. Oh. And that was that. And then he said poo poo pee pee caca. And then I had to go potty. And I didn't want to go potty. He said poo poo, he said pee pee. And then all of a sudden I had to go poo poo and pee pee. And I was like, I didn't want to go poo poo or pee pee, but you said poo poo pee pee. Now I have to go poo poo pee pee. And I didn't want to. Fucking 2-year-olds. literal morons. That's all there. And then we were doing, and then he said poo poo pee pee, and it was the furthest thing from my mind. And all of a sudden I had to go poo poo pee pee, and I'm blaming him. The dumbest people ever. Yeah, as long as they have cheerleaders, nobody fucking cares. I don't know. I don't want to be blamed if something bad happens. Really don't. It's basically why I quit a band or two. And then you wait for them to say, like, this next song is about. Usually that happens. I've been to concerts and the singer's like, this next song is about this. I hear music somewhere. Nobody does shit at night, and then the bugs attack me if I go out too much. I was gonna go get some more to drink, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just gonna leave the car outside, and they'll say, like, oh, I'm not taking care of shit. Like, my cousin Christine will come key it, put sand in the gas tankers, or something. Fucking weirdos. There's no winning. It's like they'll find anything wrong with anything. And then it's like my dad gets tired of it. I don't blame him. So I don't put up a fight. I don't know what say explain 100 times. People that act like they know people that they don't. They really get on my nerves. No. And these idiots who always think you're supposed to label yourself a stereotype. Always talking about fucking teams and calling people bro. They're not down to earth. look at something and they see something else. You know, they're that guy on the block. They should die in their town. They lie to get what they want, and when dudes start doing that too, it's not good. Like things like weed. I haven't smoked weed in over 10 years, and I'm not even gonna say that what I did was illegal. Um, but I sit there wondering what kind of lies they spread. And you'll see when they have that guy on the block mentality, they start to become just like females. They'll lie to get what they want. I don't, and they trap people into their lives that way. They're psychopaths, like a stalker ex-girlfriend type, and they're usually trying to pit other people like to be like them, and then they get off on it if they can get people to blame someone else that's not like them. If they can get people to blame that person for being like them, they get off on it. They really do. Because they're just bad people. Very spiteful. Fucking weirdos. And then that was that. And then that was that. I'm drinking a blue Monster. And it's going right in my belly. And it's staying in there. I'll be ejaculating some mashed potatoes with parsley and a little bit of hamburger mixed with a Brussels sprout leaf and tad green pepper. I think that the rice I'm going to keep in my belly along with the Monster. So that's how that is. Like, where are you going to put that? Well, I'm keeping the Monster drink in my belly along with some rice. And then I'm going to bust a nut, and there's going to be some little bit of green pepper, a tad hamburger, and Brussels sprout leaf, and some parsley, salt and pepper. Most of the hamburger I'm going to keep in my belly. I might put that in my fucking ass and save that for penis juice later. Just for fun. People use their bellies, but I'm like, no, I'll put some shit in my fucking ass cheek, and then I'll be busting it on, and then that's how you filter the bullshit. If you're not a fucking weirdo who's, coloring a coloring book with crayons. Like, if you've gotten past that, where you don't see like Superman and Batman in the clouds every day, and you're like coloring books. When you get past that, mentality, you start to filter. Your body becomes a filter. When you have an education, I have to do what I have to do to keep my blanket, new. Don't want to wear my blanket out. Basically, my diet consists of what it takes to not wear my blanket out. Food is just food. Like, I just don't want to wear my sheets and blanket out. So that's what we like. How do you, dictate? How do you dictate your diet? Like basically whatever won't wear my blanket and sheets out is what I eat, what I drink. So whatever's available that will keep my sheets and blanket smelling nice and not wearing out, then that's what I eat, drink. That's so. I have a strategy. Like it's not planned. It's just a strategy. There's a difference. That's why some things are good in racing, like NASCAR. They talk about strategies more than they ever say plans. They like strategy, 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 and then people are like plans. They're like no strategy, and they're like plans. And they're like no, 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 no. It's not plans. It's strategy. You have to change plans sometimes. So you keep talking about plans, and you might be disappointed. So it's better to have a strategy that you can, tailor to the environment. So lots of planes flying over tonight. I could have swore that on that video game it said plus 2.4, which I thought was 2 seconds faster than my fastest lap. It should have been like a 129. The car was getting better. When it gets better, it's like thank you, and you like have more control. And you can be out of control and have more control. Everyone argues, but it's like yeah. But you have to still have to have some kind of change it up, tweak thing. Yeah. Nobody's ever doing what they're supposed to be doing. They make things up as they go. Like I don't like saying that. I never like saying that, but that's what they do. So they can just make things whatever they want. They'll say someone was supposed to do something, someone was supposed to be somewhere, someone said they said something, and as long as no one cares about the other person, then they don't care. Especially if you wear a cross. If you wear a cross, then they'll shit in your fucking face and tell you, where the fuck is your God, motherfucker? While they rub shit in your fucking face and make shit up as they go. Saying nobody fucking wants you, nobody fucking cares about you, why should we? So there's always going to be something that I'm supposed to be doing that I'm not doing. And then if I do something, they'll probably, stab me and something. And they talk about love. I know how idiots think. they're not like problem solvers. They just flex their power so that they can abuse people and stand above people, whatever they do, basically. And they don't care. There's always some gripe, always something. Then it's like this car is, it's probably in just about better shape than any car with this many miles on it. It's not totally clean. There's some, like a little bit of ashes on the floor, which doesn't bother me. But I've been and gotten in people's cars, and they're like throwing sandwich bags and cans and fast food bags and shit in the back seat so you can get in the car, and I just think that's funny. I'm like, that's thanks. I would have just sat down and that's cool. Thanks for. Like, then there's a scratch on the pillar that I'm almost certain I didn't do, and then there's another scratch on the door that I'm almost certain I didn't do, and I don't blame, because there's too many like creatures and animals and things that get hungry. Then it's like I got drug tests. I take a drug test every fucking day. I don't. I don't care. They run a ship of fucking lies, so that they can play games with people and control people's lives. And they don't care if no one else cares. It's just, rub shit in your fucking face. If you don't abide by the blueprints in their brain that they don't ever communicate about, it's not even a little bit middle ground. It's like constant blueprints in their brain that they choreograph that they don't even give you, an inch. They're called abusive people. And a lot of times they're liars. And they don't take responsibility for themselves. They'll find something wrong with anything. Most people figure that out when they're like, I don't know, like when they get out of high school, around then, maybe like before. I've realized that before I finished high school, I was fortunate, I guess, to have people that cared enough to kind of guide me. And you realize that anyone can find things wrong with what someone else does. Uh, when people really believe themselves, and you kind of have to question their psychology of abuse. Mm. And then they talk about people's attitude, but you never know when to take them serious or not. So one minute they're serious, the next minute they're not. Then they're serious, and then they got the nerve to talk about other people's attitudes. One minute everything's the end of the fucking world, and the next minute they're on cloud nine, and then the next minute they hate people, the next minute, they're called mentally ill. And they think love is mind reading. And then they get people to become rapists and murderers because they act like, oh, at the right time, at the right, like, if you're hard, you can fuck her, like that type of mentality. Where they're idiots and they create a false tension that they use through their fucking cunts and their fucking dicks. They have this whole false tension that they can turn on and off, kind of like anger, but a little bit different. Like with me, if I get a boner, it's like if you try to hurt it, I'll make it like soft and then hard and soft hard, like real fast, to where he'll know what, like, he knows what's, like, he's a mind reader. Like the rest of me isn't, just my penis. I don't think with my penis, but he does things that I don't portray in real life. Like I don't live it in reality. But it's like if you try to hurt it, like he knows. He'll just get, you won't even know. He'll still be hard, but um, he'll be turned on and off like a fucking light switch. But you won't know it. And then there are fucking idiots who create this false tension in their whole body that they turn on and off. They're called rapists. And they talk about passion, being at the right place at the right time. And they remind me why I got kicked in the fucking dick when I was like 12. And the dude looked at me like he was saving me time. He like kicked me and then he like crouched back like he was wondering how hard he hit me, and he was like he was trying to help. I'm like he thought it out. I didn't even do anything. He just kicked me. I couldn't believe it. And then he really looked at me like he had a strategy. I was like, I don't think that's like for real. That's, I had to have an operation and everything. He kicked me hard, like really hard. And then people act like they work harder than everyone else, and they make things look more difficult than they are, and they become bigots, basically. They become bigots. But I don't, like, I give people the benefit of the doubt, like, so I don't have any problem saying things, because either way, it's like, I don't judge people till I really get to know them. Because there are good people that get a bad rap. It's the same thing with like the computer and stereotypes, blah blah, and then the crickets don't mind me. I wonder if those are the same crickets that were all wound up earlier. I can't tell what those things are that like make constant sound like they're pissed. like cicadas do, but I think they're crickets. There are some crickets that were just like, doing their normal stuff, and then there's other ones, like another group of them who were like, ah. They always seem to like, even at the old house, they would burrow under the rocks, like, and they would just live in there. I don't think they left most of the time. I don't know how long they can live. For years or something, a few years or something. They would just sit in the rocks, like under the rocks, and they were loud. Like, and it's the middle of a neighborhood. It's not like we were even close to anything. It's like, how did they get here? And they would just go to town like every day, but they're like in the rocks. Like, they don't leave, they would just be there every single day. They never bothered me. I play guitar. I like playing guitar with them going. But I've been trying to be real quiet, or pretty quiet. So like I try to record, and you can hear the crickets like over my guitar. It's like, oh, that's how much I'm like, that's how much of a nuisance I am. The crickets are making more noise than I am. With it, they don't bother me. I don't like silence. Like, and I talked about people who don't like silence, but they don't know it. There's like different types of. I don't like silence because I like doing stuff, but there are people who are obnoxious. And then when it's quiet, their brain wants to explode because I've been quiet most of my life. The past year, I've talked more than I ever have in my entire life. And I notice people that are obnoxious, and then when it's real quiet, they start getting pain. And they need noise, but it's like I just like when it's not real quiet, because I sleep better when it's not quiet. But then people who are obnoxious, it's like, well, it's kind of a, you can't really blame them, as maybe they're the same way, where like they don't like silence. So it's like I don't really like hold it against them. It just depends on the person. I don't know why all these planes are flying over. I can't stand the. Yeah, people ain't doing their jobs. No shit. There's people doing things in other people's names. Then I don't know if most cops just are spectators because they're not doing their jobs. Everything's about something else. Fucking idiots. Then they're always calling people fuck ups and rubbing shit in people's fucking faces. You know, they can do it better, so they like get their fucking whores to enable them to pit people's habits against each other so they can advocate their fucking bigotry. And that was that, and then that was that, and that's all it fucking took. Blah, that's all it took. Blah. And they talk about people's attitude and taking one for the team. They're fucking teams. How about you die in your fucking town? Taking one for the team. The team of reverse psychology. And they call their people bitter. And people just didn't want to know. People just didn't want it more. And they're just bitter. Just, just bitter. Just bitter. Some people will only play like Super Mario Brothers, like Go Kart, Super Mario Kart, because these idiots. I kick ass at that game. I'll probably kick all your asses at like Mario Kart. You think I'm joking? I'm not. There's like hardly any racing game that I've ever had people beat me at. Like it could be their game, and I'll be like, just give me a little bit. Like I might lose a couple times, and then they like will shut the shit off or put on another game, and then it's like I've probably helped them. Like my whole life, it's been that way. Even with my dad, like one time, I thought it was he knows, he remembers. He remembers everything. I'm gonna have to ask him. Some road course in IndyCar. I thought it was some in Ohio. I don't think it was Mid Ohio. It was something. And he sat there for like a few hours, like or more days. I don't even remember. But I wasn't really paying attention. It was like his thing, like uh, good that he's doing something, what I mean, besides drinking. And then, but then something, and I ended up like, can I just do a couple races? And then, and I like beat him, all his stuff, in like 20 minutes, a half hour. But but it was like, what do you, that's like the whole point, is it's like, that's what you do, and that's what it's fun. You do go as fast as you can. It's not about a who taught who anything. It's supposed to be fun. He was pissed too. He didn't play it again. He quit playing it. That pissed me off because I don't like I enjoyed it. I was because it was something different, and then it kept him from drinking. So I like smiled and stuff afterwards, but I wasn't like trying to beat him. But he misunderstands most of what I do, and then he quit playing the game. He won't play it anymore, and that's just how he is. And then everything he just uses to his advantage. And then he reminds me of a dirty cop, you know. Planting things and playing games, give you something that he doesn't want to give you, and then holding it against you, stuff like that. Like a dirty cop. Like a Satanist, I don't know. Needs to go to church. He'll probably be this way till I get married. But I don't. It's not an excuse. Sometimes I don't want to have a family. I do, but I don't. Like, cause I get tired of. I don't like the way it is. I really don't.
And that was that. And then that's all it took. That's all it took. That's all it fucking took. Oh, mine, mine, mine. Oh, my idea, my idea. Oh, what does he have of yours? Everything. Oh, I want it all. Everything. Oh, everything. He's got my shit. Everything. Everything.
Leaving. They bought a plane ticket and way ticket. And now they're all like, oh, it's cold. It's so the dumbest people ever. I hate that shit. Everyone's leaving us. They bought a one-way ticket out of here. Now I'm cold. It's stupid. Who bitch? I don't bitch about the cold hardly ever. I've never bitched about the cold. Even when I delivered papers, and then it was like hot summers, and then cold winters. Oh, they're leaving us. They bought a one-way ticket. Hold me. Oh, hold me. My abandonment issues are back. One therapist told me that I have abandonment issues, but I'm not sure what she meant. Abandonment issues. That's funny. Some people haven't had real jobs, so what they say is usually based upon their dreams of not having a real job. Like there are people like that. There are different types of people. So there are people who they live like they don't have a real job. They're always in some plight to not have a real job. So they kind of live it in their brain. Like they might have a real job, but they don't. So they could say something like abandonment issues, but to them it's a different meaning than what it could be to someone else. Um, it seems like someone got paid around here because there was good vibes for a little bit. Let's see how long that lasts. See how long that lasts. It was an Asian gang. I'd rather be at a hotel next to a truck stop with a mechanic's place. It's like sometimes like Need for Speed, that video game from like PlayStation 2. It's like there's like background music or sounds. Sometimes I just want to put that on the stereo and just fall asleep. But at the same time, you don't want to wear out your console. Should just record it, or like truck stop sounds. And then usually I just hear loud bangs and thumps at night around here. These fucking idiots. They're just dumb. I'm not speaking for pointing fingers at anyone. I just mean everywhere around where my environment could be miles upon miles upon miles. And then you just hear random things because they're control freaks. They're abusive control freaks, and they'll even try to take credit for the way other people look because they're fucking whores. They give them a bad name. They don't do things just because it feels good. Or because of the government systems, or because of politics. They don't do things. They're just abusive fucking idiots who want to control people's fucking lives. So.
And then that was that. And then that's all it took. That was all it took. Ugh. And then that was that.
Yeah.
All you had to do. All you had to do. Ugh.
It smells like they're dropping jet fuel on me. Shit's running a little rich.
I like to report. I like to report.
Yeah.
I like to report. Oh, I like to report. I like to report. Oh, I like to report.
That means it's usually lies. Then they get to I'm reporting. Like all the like to reports are basically illegitimate. So you wait for the I'm reporting, or I want to report. Usually that comes after the I'd like to report is like stage one. I don't really like stages, but you have like I'd like to report, which is like stage one, and then you have like I want to report, which would be like stage two, and then you get I'm reporting, and it's like wow, how do we believe you? It's too late. Like where these people talk about things being too late, which I hate. Yeah, but it's like it's too late. You're too late. You should have started out with reports, not I'd like to's or I'd want to's. By the time you get to I am, it's too late. my opinion, for the most part. Oh my god. Ugh. You said it. It's like, no, you. Most of what I say they've already done. It's like old news. They act like it's not. It's like, no, you want to talk about, you don't care about me type of stuff. It's like, no, you don't want to know. Like, some people could say that I don't care about them. It's like, no, you don't want to know what I think. And then you have the you said it fucking douchebags. Fucking idiots. It's like, no, you don't want to know the way I think a lot of people are. You don't want the fucking timeline of how they think people are idiots. People get a little bit too close. Everything's something else. Yep. Buddy. What's up, buddy? Hey, buddy. Like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, cut off your head. Hey, buddy. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I agree. Wow. To me, so surprised. So surprised. Everything's so surprising. They should make like home blood tests. I don't even trust people. Um, like after a couple things, you get in the door with something, and then you see if people are stalkers. So once they become stalkers, it kind of ruins it. Damn it.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going in the house. Nope. I wish I could drive to Kings Island in Ohio, but I'm not going to. A roller coaster. I hit a girl in the face once. And I smacked her in the face. That sucked. I thought it was kind of funny, but she didn't. She didn't think it was funny. She didn't laugh or anything, and she wasn't really hurt. I didn't do it on purpose. It like really affected her day. I was like, oh, I didn't realize the corner was that fast, and I like smacked her in the face. I was like, oops. I didn't even kiss it and make it feel better, so I was just looking at her like, are you serious? Like, what, I should have kissed her on the cheek or did something, but I didn't. I didn't. I was just looking at her the whole day, staring at her like, trying to see where she was hurt, and I like couldn't see it. She started getting ugly, and I was like, she started getting ugly, and and her hair was getting like changing colors, and I was just like trying to figure out why. I don't know what she thought. Like, I didn't. I felt bad because I smacked her in the face on a roller coaster. and then and then she got really ugly. Like, not that I wasn't like worried about it. I was pretty sure she would like get over it, but but she got like really ugly, and then I was just trying to figure out why, like, because I couldn't see anything wrong with her. So I was like staring at her the whole day after that. Her face was in my eyesight everywhere we went. Like, I don't know if she even realized that. Like, I smacked her pretty good on the roller coaster, and then she got real quiet. And then she started getting ugly, and I was like, her face was in my eyesight the rest of the day, just walking next to her. And then I was just staring, like, whenever I could stare at her, trying to see where I heard her, and I couldn't see anything. But she started getting ugly, and she was like, got real quiet, like she wasn't breathing. It's the type of thing where you don't know somebody that well, and you're like, what, like, is this how it's gonna be? You don't know what they think. Like, females usually have something else. But they don't seem to realize that, like, they act like they know you better than you know yourself, and then you're like, barely, you like a dude usually. Like, a dude will be like, fucking know you, and they act like they've known you forever, and then you're like, is this how it's gonna be? And they're like thinking about something. So she, like, wasn't breathing, and then she started getting ugly, and I was just trying to see where I smacked her. I, like, couldn't see. I'm like, I don't think I even hurt you because I don't see anything. Maybe she was trying to get where, maybe she thought I was gonna bruise or something. Sometimes they're like that, like they don't think things happen for a reason. Like, there's certain contexts for that type of thinking where everything happens for a reason type thing, or attitude. There's different, there's nothing is written in stone, but so it's like she was like, I think she was maybe trying not to bruise, which she wasn't going to. We were in the sun. Like, it was sunny out. It was a nice day. Like, all we had to do was, like, enjoy ourselves. And I think she would have been fine, but she, like, refused to change or something. I wasn't like, I didn't even do it on purpose. It was an accident. And there are people like that where it's like, they're worried about what they look like. Like, really worried about it. They, like, concentrate on it. In the future, it's like, either that or she just, like, was mad. I don't know. I can't figure them out sometimes. Because she didn't seem like she was mad. I mean, we're like, carried on with our day. It wasn't like she broke down and cried and wanted to go home and stuff like that. Don't let that ruin the day. Like, and right after, I'm like trying to see, like, as soon, we're not even done with the roller coaster, and I'm like looking at her like if I hurt her or not, because it was like on the roller coaster, I smacked her in the face. Like, I swear to God, it's just funny. And then, like, I was looking at her through the rest of the ride. I was like looking at her face. I held on, then I didn't let go because I let go of the bars, and I went to put my hands up at the wrong time. Because everyone had their hands, like, they were like gripped onto the bars, and then I'm like, screw this, I don't want to hold on. And then, because the seat was nice, it felt safe, and I just took my hands off at the wrong time and went to put my hands like up, and then I didn't think it was gonna be that much G-forces, and I like bam, smacked her upside the head, and then like the whole rest of the way I didn't let go, and then I was like looking at her to see if I hurt her, and it's like I didn't even. There's nothing. I didn't. It's like I don't know if she thought I was fucking blind or she didn't know. It's like Tommy Boy when he gets hit, and then she was just real quiet, and then it was just kind of weird. And I'm like, well, I should have been like nicer, but I apologized and everything right after. Then it's like I'm the type of person I don't hold on to things like that. I was like, okay, let's get on with our day, and if you don't, like I wouldn't be like. And she was like if she wanted to leave, it was gonna ruin the day or something. And it's like, no, it wasn't like that. And we went through a few things like that where it was just like negative or just unknown stuff. But after a few things like that, I get where it's like, well, I just you know. So it was like get through the day, and then, or if she wanted to go home or something, I would have went home. I wouldn't have been mad, especially when it's like a new relationship and you don't really know each other. I did everything I thought I could do to like make her comfortable, and like she was in my sight the whole day. I wouldn't take my eyes off her, like trying to heal her or hope that it's just weird. And then stuff like that. It's just like, and girls would be like that. Like then they'll look in the mirror. Like I don't know if her eyesight was that good, because we went to like the bathroom and stuff, and then it's like I just see her staring in the mirror, like seeing a bruise that wasn't there or the future, like stuff like that is weird. I don't like mirrors that much, and stuff like that really creeps me out, where it's like I looked at her and I'm like, oh, like I you look fine, and then it's like I don't know what people are paranoid, but it's like I could see her staring in the mirror, like seeing something that wasn't there, and it like creeps me out. And then it's like, and like she was fine. And then it's like the people around us, obviously saw, and they didn't. They were, cordial about it. It wasn't like they looked at me like I did it on purpose or something, because my eyes were wide open, like, oh shit. And then stuff like that. It's like people make things weird, and it's like they think everyone's blind. It's like, no, I'm not blind. That's what it seemed like to me. So it kind of ruined the day. And she even made it towards the end of the day, like it ruined the day. And it was like, whatever. You're like hundreds of miles away from home, and it's like, smacked you in the face. But that was after she cheated on me. So stuff like that. And the dude that she cheated on me with, the only thing she ever really told me about him was he had a real big pizza knife. So it was like after that, then taking her to an amusement park and smacking her in the face and stuff like that. They think people are stupid. It's like, no, I'm not stupid. It's like, oh, thanks. Thanks a lot. It's usually a one-way street. Start seeing a girl and then she's like saying I love yous and stuff like you don't just tell someone you love them. And she wasn't. She had. Yeah, I like.
I think you'd like to report.
Um, some girls have this predetermined notion of me, of like they're not gonna stay with me or something. Um, or they're wondering where I'm gonna end up or who I'm gonna end up with. There are girls like that who will start dating someone and then seeing them with someone else, which I didn't think at the time. Like when I was dating, it's like no, it's like we're just trying to figure them out most of the time, or just do things. But then you get older and you're like, wait a second, let me piece this together. And then it's like, no, there's girls who will start dating someone and then they'll see them with someone else. And it makes it really weird. At the time, I was like the furthest thing from my brother. I was happy just to have a girlfriend. Like, really happy just to have someone to be around that I was comfortable with. And then it's like after time goes on, it's like, oh, you cheated on me with a guy that the only thing you ever told me about was his pizza knife. And then I smacked her in the face on a roller coaster. and then and then you looked in the mirror seeing things that weren't there, freaking out, and then a few more things, and then it's like, I don't think so. Like, I can't do that stuff. I don't, I can't. Like, I have my own logic. Um, things are what they are. Everything has its place. And there are people who aren't like that. It's like for me, everything has a reason. Like some people say, everything happens for a reason. It's like everything is for a reason. I don't really say everything happens for a reason very often, but there's a reason. There's reasons. Everything is for a reason, or has its place, through like logic, and just problem solving, or being like, why, or you have to question things to come up with some kind of I don't know, some kind of logic. And some people's logic is not the same thing, so they shouldn't be involved in things that are basically just driven from spite. But you can't stop them. I don't even care. I don't care what the fuck other people do. Basically, they can do whatever the fuck they want. I didn't sign up to play fucking God or anything, so they fucking take responsibility for themselves. Um, Stuff like that. People are mentally fucking ill, and then like they're just mental, fucking psychos. Like plain and simple. They always have some predetermined notion, and then I meet more dudes that are brainwashed to be like that, and it's really disturbing. They have guarantees, and I just fucking knew how it would be. I just fucking knew it. I just fucking knew how you were gonna turn out.
Ooh, I just fucking knew how you were gonna be. I fucking guarantee. I fucking guarantee.
You might as well grow a set of fucking tits. You're taking work from people called females. Like, they can do their thing. I don't, like, I appreciate their stuff, but when dudes start acting like them, and like paranoid schizophrenics and just act like them, then I'm like, no. Nope, you might as well grow a set of fucking tits. And that's like, I'm not sexist. And like, whatever, like, she-males, whatever their story is their business. Like, I don't even care what people look like. Like, I don't group people to judge them. Like, it's called common fucking sense. But these fucking idiots who act like girls that pull each other's fucking dicks. Nah, fucking think so.
I fucking guarantee it. I fucking guarantee. I fucking guarantee.
I could talk all day about psychology, all kinds of things. Batteries dying. People think other people are distracted. And it's like, no, I'm not. It takes a lot to distract me. And I usually give people my full attention. When you're lonely and depressed for a while, your eyes might open. Are busy all the time, trying to please people. Shit ain't like that anymore. They were like, the females used to play like Candyland and Chutes and Ladders. And that's pretty much, you know, what it's like. Every day's a fucking snow day, and they're playing Chutes and Ladders and Candyland. The only studying that they probably do is like Trivial Pursuit. And then talking about people's attitude, and at the same time ganging up on people. Like,
I just knew how you'd fucking be. I guarantee. I just fucking know it. I just fucking know. I just knew how you were gonna fucking be. Oh, some people you just can't talk to. This fucking attitude. This fucking mouth.
they're really hurtful. Very hurtful.
I will get to you later.
No, I don't do the fucking later thing.
No. Oh, there's a moth. Oh, later. We'll get to you later. We got bigger fish to fry. Fucking weirdos. Oh, we'll fucking get to you later. We got bigger fish to fry. No. No. We'll get to you. No. Fucking idiots. And that's all it took. Huh. Fucking scam. Yeah. No spark. They run a fucking scam. Once they put some little fucking whore on a pedestal and they see laundered money, they go on a fucking prowl. Once they see some fucking whore put on a fucking pedestal through a crooked fucking community, they go on a fucking prowl with their games. Fucking games. Who wants to play? Who wants to play Shoots and Ladders in Candyland? And then, and then we get ice cream. And then watch a scary movie. I don't really like Trivial Pursuit. Because some people study the cards. Just so they can have a stupid smile calling themselves cheaters and getting divorces, slithering through communities. So instead, it was just play Shoots and Ladders in Candyland. And then watch a scary movie. Turn on the fog machine. Oh. And then that was that. That's all it took. That's like the most unattractive thing. Female with a voice that sounds like she's sticking her tongue out at you and swallowing her tongue at the same fucking time. That's like the most unattractive thing probably ever to me. Like in my book or whatever, I don't like to say my book, but the voice of a female who's sticking their tongue out at you and swallowing their fucking tongue at the same time is like just about the most unattractive thing that could ever exist. I don't even care what their face looks like. You can just tell their ego by their voice a lot of time. Or their like schizophrenia. Oh. And then that was that. I really don't care what you believe. Really, really, really don't. Oh. Oh. Really, really. I like to report. I like to report. I like to report. And we're going to do. We're going to do.
You fucking bird. This fucking killed a bird trying to scare the shit out of me. It's done it a bunch of times. It thinks it's funny. But I think it's funny too. I hope I try to, because the thing might be making it seem like I'm hurting it or something. And then it's gonna be like, even the wolves know these people are full of shit. Like, even the coyotes know that they made their fucking bed. Even the animals know that they're a fucking crock of shit. Even the fucking animals. Fucking puppet show. It's a fucking disgrace. Even the fucking animals know it's a fucking puppet show of idiots. Fucking weirdos. Ooh. Even the animals, they don't even, they're like